Peace, peace, peace. What's happening? It's Mr. Pringles the Barber, a.k.a. Always Cutting Head Honcho. I am him, not them. I am him, not them. So today, this is the Barber's Voice. We come together, a camaraderie of barbers in the city that we'll be doing once a month. It's not a specific topic. It's just an organic conversation about life and basically... a lot of people feel that barbers are just barbers. We like rock'em sock'em barbers, like we just behind the barber chair, and that's all. That's the only thing that we got. But we all have lives outside of the barber chair. We deal with the same problems that everybody else deal with. So today we have, co-host, moderator, Teddy the comedian, Antoine.
Hey.
Mental Health Mondays.
Absolutely.
We got, I know y'all already know Case. You gotta know Case. Case is
Case Cuts.
a representation of Ohio right now. Case has made his way to the NFL. And I gotta say that, you gotta give people their flowers when they deserve their flowers. Case might not want his flowers, but he gotta get them. He'll be all right. We got Ramirez. We had to be able to throw some different demographics in this. Ramirez is the Hispanic barber, one of the coldest Hispanic barbers in Columbus, Ohio. Gotta say that. What you got? 14 awards?
14.
Yeah, he stay in the competitions always.
You ever heard about Barbers on Borders? He be cutting at the border. I'm kidding.
we have the birthday guy.
The birthday
guy.
boy.
We definitely want to send a shout out to Mr. Pure Elegance. Great entrepreneur, crazy with the Clippers. And I want to say this: Pure Elegance, elegant man. Send a shout out to him always. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How you turn 25?
36.
He lying about his age. You gotta get his ID. He ain't 35.
Absolutely.
So Teddy, I'm gonna let you start off with questions because you gonna pretty much run. I'm just a guest as well, somewhat. I'm like a guest co-host type.
Well, listen. First of all, I want to say just thank you for having me. I'm not a barber. I'm just a teddy bear that comes and tells jokes and roasts everybody. But this is about the community, man. These were our first therapists. My first therapist was a barber. With some strong ass alcohol. I still remember, and they used to be violent with the alcohol too. Y'all done got a little softer, which is much. But I'm not trying to say nothing. But I'm blessed because they would slap you like you owed them money. What we did, it was in my pocket, or my mother was coming. So I'm definitely just happy to be here. But let's get this party started. So I'm gonna start with some questions, but like he said. It's going to be organic conversation. If I don't mean to cut people off, but we do have an hour. So, I'm going to control the conversation so we can get out of here. But the first question, not really the first question, but when he said Mental Health Mondays, as a barber, as a man, do you feel appreciated? Let's start with the birthday boy. Excuse me. Sorry. Let's start with the birthday boy. Do you feel appreciated as a man, as a barber?
I definitely feel appreciated, but however, being a barber, I do deal with a lot of people and talk to a lot of people that don't feel appreciated in their homes and different places. I hear a lot of men say they feel more appreciated at work than they do at home, and I think sometimes that hurts. You know what I mean? And that it causes for people to act out of character sometimes. You know what I mean? And do things that they might normally wouldn't do if they felt that appreciation. For men, I think men are underappreciated a lot in just society, period. We put a lot on our backs, but we don't get like he say, we don't give people their flowers, or the males don't get their flowers as we should early. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ramirez, what you think?
Man, I like in barbering, I do feel appreciated, but I feel like in barbering, I feel appreciated, but just a certain amount of clients. Some clients look at you as just business. Like, I'm just there for a haircut and that's it. Like, if you don't got time, I'll go to another person. But family-wise, I do feel appreciated through my family all the time. barbering, yes and no. It's a 50-50
So you feel more appreciated
with my
with
family.
the family?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Case?
Shit. It depends on the day, bro.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's 50-50, bro. Like sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And that's at home and that's at work. You know what I'm saying? And like how he said, I think he said men, but I think especially black men in this world, most of us feel unappreciated.
Yeah, but
For real.
My question. So here comes the organic conversational question.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we make ourselves feel appreciated? And I'll start with Prem because he didn't answer that question. But how do we make ourselves feel appreciated? Because what I heard was, I'm going to give him his flowers, and it was a lot of, oh, you ain't got to do all that. Why? Why do we naturally do that? It's five brothers, six brothers in this
You
room.
know why we naturally do that? Because we don't naturally get that. That's not something that takes place. So anything that feels out of the norms, a lot of times you shrug it off. You remember when you started school, when the beginning of the school started, the beginning of the year, and you had all your clothes for the school year. But when you put those clothes on the start that first day, you felt kind of odd, like, damn, I might be too fresh.
Yeah.
You feel like a lot of eyes gonna be on you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean to cut you off. Like, me personally, I guess it's just that I'm always, I don't know. I'm never satisfied. It's always this.
Chasing greatness.
I don't know. Like, it's something that it's not enough for me. So, you know what I mean? The things that other people see to me that are, and I'm like, nah, I ain't.
So when do you feel that you deserve your flowers then?
When you die?
I don't know.
Did
Like, it's always because it's always something else to me that I'm, you know what I mean? But that's what keep me personally fueled, you know what I mean? But on the other hand, it's a pro and a con to it too, because on the
Use it
other,
as a humbling mechanism.
That's what I was gonna say.
it's just
humbleness.
like
Yeah.
it keep me going or want, like I feel like
Not to be complacent.
a lot of people compliment
that's
me and
why-
all of that, but I don't feel like.
But you're not
because I
supposed
know
to give
it's
yourself flowers. I mean, I can't say you're supposed to give yourself flowers.
Yeah, I get it.
However, at the same time, it's more comfortable when somebody give you flowers versus you running around here bragging about yourself. Yeah. So
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's
As barbers, do y'all see do y'all see that men feel more appreciated after the chair? Or like do y'all see that? Like sometimes like, and what I mean by it, when they walk in and you're scruffy, you know, sometimes you can be down. But do you feel the change and they just walk out like, yeah, no matter what the world says,
Yeah,
I got it.
I don't think it's so much appreciated. It's just more like a booster. You know what I mean? A confidence booster within themselves, and hell yeah, and that's what make you feel good. You know what I mean? Because you know you doing your job. That's what fulfills us every day. That's what keep us going.
that's a
I feel
confidence
like.
booster, knowing that you can boost somebody else's confidence.
Yeah,
That's
I
a-
mean we, you know,
Especially like when it's one of your clients already, and you know that he's going to go do something, or he comes back next time we get a haircut. He's like, "Hey man, you remember that day you cleaned me up?" Like,
Yeah.
a couple people was like, "Hey, that's clean." Hey, like, you know, he's like he walked out feeling himself that day, I guess. You know?
But you still don't walk out feeling yourself though.
Yeah. It be
I
some
do.
So
days.
you do?
yeah, I feel I'm like, yeah, I done it. But now maybe tomorrow or later on, I'll be like, because I'm always challenge myself. So I'm gonna look back on my work and be like, oh, that wasn't like, yeah, I could do better.
So
You know
really,
what I
it
mean?
start over
I
with
feel
every
like we
client.
all
It
do
start
that.
over. It start over with every client.
Huh?
It starts over with every client. That confidence, like, okay, you got that one, then it's the next one. Now we got another project. So
Yeah, but we all know as barbers, like we don't shoot 100 from the field every day, like or every. We really don't. I mean, I don't care how.
if you
know
say
what I'm
that,
saying?
you
It's always
lying.
something, bro. It's always something. You like,
you right.
yeah, but you know what I mean. Now sometimes you get that one where it just fall in there, like it's almost like by mistake, like everything just fall in place, and you kind of surprise yourself. But Yeah, we don't shoot 100 every. No, not at all.
I'm gonna throw a wrench in all these questions. I want everybody to answer this. If you had 5 minutes left to live, and you looked in the mirror, and you had to tell yourself something good, 5 minutes left to live, what would you say? I'm gonna throw a wrench in all this. What would you say to yourself? You gotta give yourself flowers. Everybody has to give themselves flowers. You have 5 minutes left to live. Now you have to do this in like 15 seconds because we have an hour. But for everybody,
You asking me first?
everybody, we just keep locking eyes. It's crazy.
I say, I'll probably look at myself and say you didn't quit.
Ramirez.
I'd just say, I'd be proud of myself because, growing up I was one person and then
Yeah.
my life just did a 360 and I'm here now with you guys. So, I'd feel proud of myself.
You did it. You did it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm with him. Like, I come from the streets. I done changed my life tremendously, you know what I mean? And it's nothing I've done, but all glory be to God. But, at the end of the day, man, I just told myself, bro, you did it, you know? Because it was, no one thought I would change the way I did, you know what I mean? And everything's been up since then.
We got somewhat same story, me and him. I would tell myself, you did a great job and you never backed down from the challenge. And I would be looking at it more like preparing myself for the next challenge.
That's my bad. That's why I said you didn't quit, because it's it contained everything that y'all just said. Like,
Absolutely.
you didn't quit when you could have. So many other people quit or walked away or whatever, and you
didn't quit, so you never failed.
Yeah,
If
so
you were successful as long as you don't
saying
fail.
I'm
as long as
proud
you
of
don't
you.
quit.
That's saying like everything in one thing for me personally. But then after I say that, now I'm back at it because you only got, you know what I mean.
So
If it was 5
Yeah,
minutes.
time up.
Yeah.
Time up.
we have certain conversations at the barbershop, but one thing we have and I know that you all have conversations about is clients that chair hop. And then they talk bad about each one of you to another one of you. How does that make how does that make y'all feel, and how do you stay sane knowing it's just the client trying to be messy and not the other person? We'll start with Birthday Boy over there.
That's a good
Me
question.
and Case talk about this a lot because dealing with athletes and stuff, me and him run into a couple of the same people often, you know what I mean? And it gotta be a camaraderie amongst barbers, you know what I mean? You have to be able to say, hey, we don't do that gossip here. You know what I mean? You gotta
Love
be able
that.
to kill that noise, I believe.
Love that.
A lot of that happens from a person extending, hey, where you used to get your hair cut from? They getting their hair cut with you right now. You know what I mean? And then the client began to talk, and if they do begin to talk bad about another barber, you supposed to cease it. Hey man, kill that noise. We ain't doing all that. I just wanted to know wherever it was at and learn how to better lead the conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I see it as pillow talk. You know what I mean? Like,
That's crazy you
don't
say
have
that.
to-
I said the
you
same
don't have to
thing.
do that.
A lot of time, a client, how much they appreciate you, how much they care about you, all of that is gauged on what you can do for them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like that saying, like, I tell you yeah a million times, and the first time I tell you no, you know what I mean, you throw a tantrum, or you know what I mean. Sometimes
you
that's
go somewhere else
exactly
and then
what
you wanna
that's
bash.
exactly what it is. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying. So that's when you gotta kind of reel it back in, because it's a thin line in this business. It's a thin line between friendship and business. You know what I mean? Because you starting this business, and you do, like you said, we're therapists. Some people tell us the stuff
tell
that
us
they
all
never
their
tell
personal
anybody else.
business, yeah.
So you internalize it as like a family thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then it'll flip on you in a split second and be back to business. And sometimes you gotta jump back. You gotta remind yourself, like, okay, let me get back into
So
the
then you got to
business.
remind
You know
yourself
I'm
what
saying?
you share with them too, because now you done set yourself up for a situation when they go jump in another barber's chair, they gonna bash you and they gonna bring everything that you brought to them. I want to say this: when a client starts talking about another barber, the first thing I say is, whatever the problem that y'all had, did you address that with him first? Like, did you speak about whatever made you come over here with your barber first? A lot of people don't do that.
Absolutely.
They just, whatever went wrong, they go wrong and they go somewhere else. If you address it with the barber that cuts your hair first, you might not leave and go nowhere else. Because at the end of the day, you're going to go somewhere else and still have the same problem. Because you don't know how to communicate the problem. So you're going to get somewhere else and do the same thing. So you're going to be jumping around here in all these different chairs.
A lot of times I let them go, bro. I let them say whatever they want to say. I listen to them. I just listen to it. And in my mind, I'm like, we about to see who the problem was in a minute.
Because when they go somewhere else, they're going to drop that
Because
somewhere.
you're taking the same bad habits. You know what I mean? So when them habits start to kick in with me, I'm like, that's why. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
So when you deal with all that, my next question would be, what do you do when you go home? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? Let's take away maybe a drink. Let's take maybe, a blunt or smoking. But what do you do to decompress and really just, okay, let me put those problems or put the chair to the side. I'm a comedian, so I can put the stage to the side. What do you do to put the chair and the clippers to the side, Ramirez?
Man, to be honest, when it's stuff like that, I feel like us as men, I have kids. I got a family. I don't know about you guys, but I leave my barber stuff. I leave my work stuff at work, and I try not to bring it to my household, just because I'd rather just enjoy my time with my family and just forget about that. Like, tomorrow's another day. Let's freshen up. Like, I'm not. It just depends. Like Kay said, it just depends on the day. Like, you're gonna have some struggles one day, like have trouble with clients, but work stays at work. And then when I'm at home, I just focus on the family, really.
I'm going to let them go, but I know my answer way different. Y'all go.
As far as no, go ahead, Case. What's your answer that's different?
Yeah.
Yeah, my answer is I don't, for real. Like, I'm a workaholic. And I don't have kids, and I don't have, you know what I'm saying? I ain't married or nothing like that. So I really don't. I'm a workaholic. I'm for real. Like, it really don't stop for me. Like, I always got that on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Even when I go on vacation, like, some of my vacations is work, but they're vacation. But
you always
know
a
what I'm
barber
saying?
wherever you go.
It don't really.
Don't.
Now, if we gonna say, like, I might watch a movie or something or just relax, but other than that, I mean, I'm back at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like the goals that I have for myself require me to be like that right now.
So still, nobody really answered the question as far as
How do you decompress?
Well, technically,
I just said
but
I don't.
He said his family. So so Ramirez was just like my family. That's the decompression for him.
Because sometimes you gotta think about it.
I'm gonna dig in there deep. I ain't even gonna go that pause, but yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God. Because I was dying inside. I was like, please.
My question is, do anybody like say have a glass of wine, drink, smoke, edible, anything like that? Like, we are like still regular people. That's what I'm saying. Like, me, every blue moon, I might take an edible, man. That calms my nerves. But that's every blue moon. I don't really drink wine. That's one thing.
It's sparingly, bro. Like I said, I might just watch a movie and go to sleep, bro. But I'm up at 7 a.m. back at it. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm.
So you don't have a drink at all?
Required to. No, not really. I got drink at my spot, but I don't really indulge like that, especially by myself. Like, I'm more of a social drinker anyway, but I don't really go out nowhere. So, you know what I mean? I don't really drink unless somebody pull up or it's just, you know what I mean? It's a special occasion or something like that. I don't smoke, so
Man, I don't
Yeah,
smoke.
I like to watch movies though, until they watch me.
Yeah, that's gonna be about 4 minutes in
How
for
you,
me, man.
how you wind down, Terrence?
Just chill, you know, man. At 9 damn, smoking me a joint and wind
Okay,
down.
yeah. Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
do
saying.
think it's kind of different though when you got a family because you so like consciously, like even if it was your wife, you know what I mean? Like you can't bring that
No,
home
I don't.
and affect them by
It's
so
like
you
that, like you said, we therapists
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So once that, for real, like you say, it starts over with a new client.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So once your issue is gone, I help you to a certain extent. I only can lend so many words to you. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm gonna give a comforting word to you. Hopefully, it betters you. But I can't, like you said, there's no taking that to my doorstep and. Because I got my own issues at home.
Right,
You know,
right,
like,
And
I
once you
can't
get
drag
and once you
yours
get
in.
home, though, once you get home, you still got your issues
Yeah,
and the
and
issues
kids.
that hold up, they still plant seeds.
Yeah,
Your
I
clients
was
still
about to
plant
say, 'cause
seeds,
they do.
and energy and all that shit is
Yeah.
still transferred. So once you get home, you got your problems, they problems is there.
Yeah.
You got family, kids. Ain't no a lot of people
That's why
not
I
just
said
getting
I watch
home
a
and just
movie,
not
'cause
doing
I don't
nothing.
Be feeling
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
I don't be feeling
Somebody
like being
that
on
had
the
a-
phone. Like I ain't trying to talk. Like I've been talking all day. Like,
Yeah,
I don't feel
yeah.
like really going in no conversations. I just be wanting to lay down and watch a movie, man. Take a shower, lay down, and watch a movie, and
That's all
start
you
it
got
up.
time for by the time you get home.
Yeah.
As a barber, you know what I mean? If you working late hours, you ain't doing much of nothing when you get home.
Yeah. So when you're working late hours, like, when do you get to enjoy being a barber? When do you get to enjoy it?
Like, I think for real, you gotta be super hungry because you don't really get a chance to enjoy it. Like how you was saying, you gotta keep chasing it. You gotta keep wanting to be better and better and better and better in order in our profession. In order for that to happen, we like doctors. We gotta continuously practicing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to buy a brand new pair of clippers or
Every day,
something.
you know what I mean?
You
gotta
got- yeah.
keep putting yourself in elements where you can flourish. You know what I mean? And like you said, that's a grind that don't stop. You gotta keep, and we gotta play politics sometimes. We gotta be at the
Like,
events.
I'm not
we gotta
even-
be out here. You know what I mean? We gotta.
I'm not even an overly excited person. Like for the most part, I'm like always even keel and chill. So like you said, little stuff like that, like buying some new clip. I stay on top of that because, or even going to a show, something like that, seeing other people that motivate me. You know what I'm saying? I might see y'all online and y'all might have, and I'm like, okay.
It keep
You know what I'm
it
saying?
keep you from
Like,
getting
let's-
burnt out.
Okay, right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. It's easy
and
to
when
get
I see
burnt
a
out.
lot of guys get burnt out, that's exactly what it is. They get to the point where they stop investing in themselves, where they just stop loving it. You know what I'm
Do you
saying?
think
You
the
really
ranking-
got to love this.
Do you think so? So let's talk about like these barber rankings because we have comedy rankings. There's rankings everywhere. You see what I'm saying? There's I think Mr. Flipper is doing he's doing an award show and he has different barbers and stylists. Teddy, I'm on there with different comedians. Does that help or hurt you when you see like those type of people are like, hey, this person's the #1 ranked barber in the state of Ohio, the Midwest?
I think it kind of go. Me personally, without all of that, I think it kind of go unsaid. We know amongst peers.
Okay.
We know
Who
like
is who
you
and
got
what is what.
Yeah, like you got work. Like we know who got work, and we know who. Yeah. So I don't care what nobody rank you. Like you know what I'm saying. It's and a lot of people say that. Like I don't care what no other people care. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You want your peers to respect you. You know what I'm saying.
Everybody. I think
Yeah.
that
You want
in
your
life
peer
in general,
group.
Everybody wants
Yeah.
to be loved, and,
Yeah.
and like you say, back to that appreciated. That's a form of feeling appreciated, and some people don't feel if their peers aren't calling them the best that they're the best.
Because it's one thing to me with clients. Like clients, they might appreciate you. They might feel you the best because you're the cheapest.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
That way.
Yeah.
They
That
might
right
feel you
there.
the best, you're the
Yeah.
cheapest. They
Yeah.
might feel you the best because you the most convenient for their schedule. Know what I'm saying? But for your peer to be like, that's a different type of
Because that's somebody that's
sign-off.
inside.
That's a
That's somebody
different
that's
stamp.
in your craft.
Yeah, that's a different
Giving you
stamp.
recognition. That's
You know what I'm
different.
saying?
Now let's get a little. Let's take another step down. So, cutting in a like African, like you compete in a lot of African American barber competitions, and you win a lot of African American barber competitions. Talk about doing that, like competing and doing that, and then I'm going to ask you, brothers, talking about cutting other cultures and nationalities.
Before he start real quick, let me tell you, most of them ain't African American no more. Teddy, they, you know what I'm saying?
But I will say
that
the
hair
audience
took
didn't
over
know
the-
that.
Yeah.
The audience didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. Audience didn't know that.
But see, me and Case have talked about this topic a couple times, and it just depends, really. You know what? It was just like, it just depends what event it is, because I just feel like some events prefer some type, like, how do I say it?
particular-
Yeah. There's certain expos that are ran by like Hispanic people. I'm not gonna name them.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah.
But if you guys were to go, you know, I feel like they don't really focus on
They lost
hair.
regardless. pretty
Horse
much.
hair, yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah, because I feel
Because
like
that straight hair
see
give off-
straight hair more, and you know, like, because hair is hair. You could put color on horse hair. You could put color on straight hair.
Yeah, but that straight hair, Hispanic hair look
Yeah.
different
They
when you
feel
do
as
it.
though they
Yeah.
can do more
Yeah,
with the straight hair.
Yeah.
You can
So
the
I feel
color
like
and it.
sometimes it's judged.
It's far different.
I feel like though we as African American or black, whatever you want to call it, I feel like we actually have an advantage over everybody though in this game that we do, because we come in all shapes, forms. You know what I mean? You got black people with brown hair, straight hair, coarse hair. You know what I'm saying? So we get to experience all of it.
It's a
You know what I'm
variety.
saying?
Variety.
That's why a lot of people say black barbers is the best barbers, because you know what I mean. We get a little bit of everything just within ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of them, they don't never go outside of their culture, and their culture is pretty much, you know, it's pretty much standard. You know what I'm saying? So, but
There's a question that I honestly I wasn't going to even bring up, but I think we're here now. Let's talk about being a heterosexual barber, cutting
That part right there. This
Cutting.
is crazy. Go ahead.
a homosexual client. Let's talk about that.
I'll start.
Man, go ahead. Get that.
Out of all of us, I probably got the biggest homosexual clientele.
I fear that we might.
you
just-
do, you probably do now. Yeah, you probably now.
I got a lot of them.
Yeah,
I think I got.
That's how you know the world. That world is
it's a lot
the
of
world
people.
is
It's a lot of
changing.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Me personally, I came to before. Let me say it like that. Before having a lot of clients, I was standoffish about if I could hang with them, if I could be around them, and not feel no type of way.
Yeah.
Now that I have a lot of clients, I've learned to not that I'm not gonna say I'm against anything that they do or nothing like that, but I've grown to know that they're men just like me and you.
Absolutely.
We can have a conversation just like we doing right now. And his what he decides to do sexually don't got nothing to do with me.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
What he does behind in that room, that's between him and his savior or whoever he deemed is God. You know what I mean? So it helped me grow in that aspect of, oh man, just because he's a homosexual, he ain't no different than. And they got a lot of advice. They some
They
real
human
smart
people. They
you know what I'm
human.
saying?
And you know what else they do? They pay.
more.
They pay more.
They pay
Yeah.
for. They actually pay more and are willing to pay more for comfortable spaces.
Yeah.
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 Well, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
They're where they feel accepted. My actual one of my best clients ever, he was gay. He passed away, but our whole relationship, it was just first and foremost, it was built on respect. From day one, it's like, well, as long as you respect me, I respect you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you,
I feel like if you feel some type of way, you feel some type of
way.
way.
It's because
Yeah, you
you
feel
can't
me? Like
express yourself like they expressing themselves.
the barber,
you kinda jealous.
You a barber,
Because you
and
wish
you
you
feel
could.
some type of way about having a barber. I mean, a client that's you would say homosexual. If you feel some type of way, I would feel that you feel some type of way about
Yeah.
them. Like not. I'm trying to say this without saying it the wrong way, but you may be interested in the client if you feel some type of way.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean,
I'm just saying that's what it would be. Like
What I'm saying is, it's just, you know what I'm saying? I done had something that was disrespectful. You know what I mean?
yeah, I haven't had that part yet.
You know what I mean?
Something
So-
crazy happened, but not that.
But
And I'm
yeah,
gonna tell
it
you.
was just built on respect, and then by him being flamboyant, he was real flamboyant. It opened me up. It actually sharpened my skills because it let me do all types of stuff. Like he had no
Balls.
He had all.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say anything. Wow.
What I'm
I'm
saying
baffled.
is,
I'm baffled.
I got the color and I got
I ain't gonna
the.
be.
You know what I'm saying?
That was one of the first cuts that I was like, this nigga.
Yeah.
Is when he put that what was it?
I know
The
the
Prince.
purple- yeah, I know what
When
you're
he
talking
put
about. I
that
know what you're
purple
talking
rain
about.
in
Yeah,
there. I
talking
said,
about,
this
dude, you had him at the
here
barber
is-
college too. That was
Boom.
So that's what I'm saying. He opened up a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? And I was happy about it.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
man,
gonna tell
it's
you. I'm
giving
gonna tell you
me-
what happened. I'm gonna give you a quick story, real quick. One of my clients came from Atlanta. He was here, but he moved to Atlanta. He came up here, got a cut, brought somebody with him, another barber. Barber, he was fresh, but I never looked at the fade, but he was fresh. I'm like, damn, who cut you up? He like, oh, I cut myself. I'm a barber. All right, so while I'm cutting my client, dude in the chair, well, dude over there, we all talking. He like, oh, you do the units, whatever. Okay, yeah. He said he doing. He's a regular dude.
Right.
He like, man, let me go ahead and get some. They heard about you, Mr. Pringle's a barber. I want to get in the video. So I'm like, oh, he put me in the video. I'm like, yes, Mr. Pringle's a barber. Boom, boom, boom. They leave. All of a sudden, I'm getting all these different followers from, from the other side. And I'm saying, like, what is this coming from?
Cause it got to be a long line.
No, he was what you call a private barber. The barber that I found out that
do some other stuff.
they do like stripping
Yeah,
while they
like
cut
some
hair.
other stuff.
Like
I heard about that.
yeah, like listen. So at this time, I didn't know that you done put me in the camera with the stripper and barber. So
dancing dog.
yeah, so now I'm sitting here like, man,
They get
What?
booked up.
yeah. So I find out.
Start going
Man,
crazy.
listen, I'm one of these followers. So the dude come back, my regular client. I said, bruh, what was up with dude? He said, yeah, that he was a strip. I tried to tell you, nigga, you should have told me that before I was in here. You know what I mean?
That gotta be only in Atlanta, bro.
Atlanta accepts everything.
I ain't heard about that nowhere else other than there, bro.
But you got to think, Atlanta is the most innovative place that accepts everything. You got to
I
be
know.
like sitting right next to somebody that's like you know what I mean. In Atlanta, those is regular. They moving just it's regular.
At the end of the day, though, back to your whole thing, I love my craft. It don't matter. I could put a lot of differences between me and someone else to the side, long as it's respect there in order to do my craft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
to that point right there, I was just having that conversation with somebody. It's a lot of clients that you just don't care for sometimes, but you got to put that difference aside because it's not about when you go to McDonald's, they don't care if you like them. You know what I mean? It's about this service that I have to provide, and this is what I chose to do is to be one-on-one, hand-on-hand with a person. That's my
And
profession.
that's your name.
You got to know how to deal with
Man.
all people. That's all.
Be versatile.
And that what it
You
is.
have to be. I think a lot of times we're not versatile. We're so locked in to how we and it's upbringing, it's the church, it's whatever, social media. But I will say, and I had to plug in Men's Mental Health Monday because it is important. June's coming up, and the first thing, if you go into Mr. Pringle's barbershop, I put a whiteboard up there, and I put every different, what's going on each month. And in June, it's the LGBT. And I said, we're gonna get some people on. Now that's gonna shake up a lot of people. What y'all doing? They're men. They're people. They want haircuts. They want to go get something to eat. We don't know.
And like you say, we haven't been exposed to be able to talk to them. We always been told, hey, shun that person, shun this person. And, you know what I mean? Like you say, you can have, like you say, he grew to have a friend as out of a client that grew him in ways that he didn't know he would actually grow at doing hair. You know what I mean? So you can't just be a closed-minded person.
It's a maturity thing. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
And I feel like if there is a light for you to shine, you know what I mean? How can you shine if you don't go in dark places?
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? Because sometimes we've been called to pull people out of these things that they do, but we won't put ourselves in vulnerable situations, or you know what I mean, create these atmospheres where we can have these conversations with these type of men and not be on no, hey, is he looking at me crazy?
That's what it all boils
get what I'm
down
saying?
to. Creating a comfort level, bro, just between both, bro. As long as everybody comfortable, man.
So do you guys remember a couple years back the R&B singer Tank got paid $100,000 to do a 30-minute set at Pride in Washington, D.C., and everybody clowned him. So he said, I got paid $100,000 to perform for 30 minutes. That's crazy. That's like Beyonce numbers. And everybody clowned him. So I would ask everybody here.
I don't even think it's about the money though. Like if you want to do it, you do
But
it.
it's money there.
Yeah.
So if
I get it, but
would
at
you
the same time,
Let me ask you this. And I ask everybody here. If let's just say Pride was bringing in all these celebrities and they wanted to make you the feature barber, would you do it? Proudly.
hell yeah.
I would.
I mean, if you would turn down, listen, man, there's
Ain't got nothing to do with me, bro.
That's gonna go back to you knowing yourself.
I
It's a
do.
good
Hey,
conversation.
yeah,
absolutely.
You know
Some men
yourself.
won't. Some men be like, yo, I can't. You gonna turn down 100 a head, 200 a head?
It ain't even about the money. I do hair. This is what I love to do.
Yeah, you a barber.
Ain't got
A barber.
nothing to do with
It
you.
got to do with the money.
Know what I'm saying?
And like I say, I always like putting myself
That's your job.
Always say,
situations.
I'm just happen to be blessed that I get paid for what I do because I would be
That's how I
doing what
feel
I'm
like as a
doing
comedian.
anyway.
I got a question.
Even if it wasn't no.
Just since you said that segue into this question, what would you be and everybody be if you wasn't a barber today?
I would be doing media. That was always my passion. I never thought that I would be a barber.
I do a lot of shit.
I always thought I had media jumping off. What do you say?
He said, I do a lot of shit.
I do.
What about you, Mariz?
I was gonna say cooking, but I didn't want to have to, be boxing with this.
But,
I messed your name up.
Am I answering Pringles' question or?
Well, no. You agreed to you create. No, you agreed. Everybody agreed. Like it don't matter about the money. But I do want to plug in whoever's watching. If your son, if you are homosexual, whatever you want to be, these brothers don't care. That's the type of men you need in your community. They said I cut hair. That's what he said. He was like, I love to cut hair. That's what they said. You got to box this one out because they need it.
Hold on, real quick. Only thing that I ever asked them respectfully was, if you got any underlying problems,
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
let me know.
Have to know.
Yeah.
So I know how to proceed.
Yeah, because you gotta know because of blades.
Because I'm dealing with, you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? But that's out of respect. You know what I'm saying? I done had people get mad at me.
Now the
'cause I told
chances.
them that.
This is what I'm gonna
You
say
know?
about that too, though. What's the chances of somebody actually
Anyone.
coming out telling you that though?
Yeah.
No one will. I don't.
That's
think-
like you sleeping
I've
with
had-
a woman and
I've had
it's slim though.
because
That's what I'm saying.
and I think they have because number one, like I said, I created a comfortable
environment.
environment. Number two, respect, and number three, I laid that down in the foundation from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I
There's
also
too many
think
things I want to
as-
say,
as-
man. I don't know if I should say it.
Go ahead, no, you
No,
gotta
you can
say
say
it.
whatever, bro.
Yeah.
If somebody approached me and said, "Hey, you want to do this event for Pride, whatever, you gonna make 200 a head," I'm in there. First of all, because I'm comfortable with my sexuality. You know,
Pay attention, people.
It
Pay
ain't
attention.
It
I
ain't
love
gonna
this.
bother me.
I love this.
It ain't gonna bother me. Why?
I'm about
And
to hit another.
two is like, they're going for you for a haircut. They're not. If
Yeah,
they're
coming
interested
to the
in
holler-
you,
yeah.
if they're interested in you, I know a couple that just walk up to you and hey, you know, just like us guys walk up to a female, hey, what's up? Like, they'll do it.
Absolutely.
So
I'm gonna tell you what I told a barber.
If you
asked me
downing
before.
yourself like that, then you gotta check yourself, man. Because
I told
I'm
you, if you
comfortable
feel
with my
some type of way,
sexuality,
you
so
feel some type of
you
way.
know?
First,
I love
the first
hearing
shop
stuff
I was
like this.
at,
This is good.
they was clowning and stuff because had some gay clients coming up in there. Man, I don't know how you cut them gay dudes. Blah, blah. I said, what you don't know is half of yours gay too.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just get that out there.
Yeah.
Just because
you don't know it. Don't
exactly, just because they not
Yeah.
flamboyant all the time and
Absolutely.
openly out there,
and
bro.
that's what I meant earlier about like how I'm able to. You don't know.
You don't know, absolutely.
Because it's a lot of men, and that made me see, these are just men as well. You feel what I'm saying? Not every gay person is, like you say, a flying boy, this, that, and third. It's a dude that talk just like us, that he like what he like. You feel what I'm saying? And like I told you earlier, my client told me that, don't let what I like sexually hinder our relationship. Because that ain't got nothing to do with
it.
you.
I love
Because
that.
what would be the difference of a male gay person approaching you for a haircut and a female gay person
It
approaching
ain't
you?
no
for a
difference.
Yeah.
It's the
It
same.
ain't no
One's Queen
Hair is
Latifah.
hair, you know.
It's my
It's just-
Queen Latifah.
But I do want to say one thing before we get too far off of it, with like how he said, have them tell you about if they have issues going on. I think as barbers, we need to do a better job
With
at
everybody.
being able to properly examine and see if people got things going. We are the first line of defense when it comes to the community. If we should have that type of knowledge, and I think there's a space where we can create something where we have barbers come up to code and be able to acknowledge it. And I'm not just talking about HIV. You know what I mean? We could just say it. I'm not just talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from diabetes, and there's a lot of different things that our clients deal with that they won't go to the doctor for, that we see signs of every day, but we don't know the signs.
That's because a lot of men don't go to the doctor.
Period.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. So I
That's
feel
a
like
whole
it's a
nother-
space there for as barbers for us to help the community, give back to our community, and help our community at the same. Because like I say, if you do studies, you'll be able to tell, hey, this person, the hair is doing this,
And
they're
the-
sweating this way.
In the African American
Eyes look like-
community, a lot of us don't go. It's a long, ongoing trauma. Why a lot of African Americans, whether it be male or female, don't go to the hospital
But they'll come to
because
you.
we know at one point in time they was going to the hospital and things
And coming-
was happening
yeah,
to them
yeah,
there,
at the hospital,
and they
yeah.
didn't never trust the hospitals, bro. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
People
But what
used
T
to
is
get-
saying,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They come to you.
I know what you're saying. I'm just addressing the point why they don't. A lot of them that trauma is still instilled in them. One thing about trauma, bro, I believe it's passed on from generation through the
generational.
womb.
Oh yeah.
Through
It
the
becomes a
womb.
curse.
When you come out, bro, it's already in you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it is learned, but a lot of it is already in you, bro. You can't even help it.
But I want to go back to what he said when he talked about we are the line of defense in the community.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the conversation in the barbershop. So when I go, they call me fun employed. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm really doing this comedy full time. So I have asked this good brother, like, hey man, can I have a couple days a week just come chill in the barbershop? He's like, yeah, come on. But when I come to the barbershop, the conversation changes. So let's talk about the conversation in the barbershop and how we can get to that point. Because if we're always in the barbershop talking about bitches and hoes and who ain't paying this and who ain't doing that, and not having these conversations when there's plenty of men there to have the conversation, like let's really talk about that. Because I know we've had conversations. We had, man, for instance, there was a guy in there the last time I was in the shop, and he said that on the first date,
Oh yeah.
he will pay for the meal, but you have to leave the tip.
Let me tell you one of the biggest.
Hold on, let me finish.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
finish though.
My bad.
And so, in the midst of that, like we're laughing, but I was like, as a man, how do you have that mindset? That's not a mindset. And we brought some.
He basically said he's a 50-50 type of guy, and he presents that in the first date when he deals with a woman.
And the first thing I'm just saying is, and I get it. Some people are like, that is what it is.
Upfront about it.
But there are certain things in this barbershop that we have to say as men, like, yo, fellas, we can't do that. When you saying, hey, they may have diabetes, you was like, I get the HIV, that happens. But diabetes, you haven't got your blood checked, you haven't done this. We have to have those talks in the barbershop because that's where the trauma of life, they will leave that trauma because they respect y'all. So if you say, Case, brother, you need to go get your shit together, man. He gonna be like, damn, Case, you right, fam.
I believe that one of the biggest misconceptions about whether it be men in the barbershop or men coming together in general is the fact that a lot of women believe that we don't hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
And that's so far from the truth.
Yeah.
The thing is me and him could be talking, we could all be talking, and he could be on some straight BS. And I hold him accountable and I tell him, but at the end of the day, he's a man and he's gonna choose to go whatever direction he want to. It's not for me to manhandle this man and make him do something. But do we hold each other accountable? Hell yeah. Just like you said, you felt a way about what dude said or how he go about it, and you address that. Guess what? He's still grown as hell and he's a man, and he gonna do whatever he want to do. Know what I'm saying? So, and in that case, I'm like, do I necessarily agree with it? No. If he's being upfront about it to her in the beginning, hey, do you, brother? Know what I'm saying? Because she either gonna respect it or neglect it. Know what I'm saying? And that's on you.
Well, real quick, he did say that the reason he does that is because of social media. He said if you remember, he compared to like your situation, and he's like, I'm just saying it would just be you on social media. And he did say, well, this happened to him. Well, that's Case. That's not you, fam.
That's allowing social media to set the bar.
Are you single?
I am
too. So right now, it's a lot of turmoil between men and women. Period.
There's a gender war.
And my whole thing is that.
Why are you single?
My whole thing is that because I'm chasing something else. It ain't that. But my whole thing is that in that whole situation, nobody is right and nobody is wrong. It's some right
individual
and it's some wrong on each side.
Absolutely.
But nobody wants to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be wrong. Now in my circle of, you know what I mean, then we can admit where we wrong at. I think it's easier for
support
us
system
as men. I think it's easier for me to sit here and we be having a conversation about relationships, whatever, and I'll be like, man, I'm an asshole. You know what I mean? I'm a fuck up, bro, or whatever.
So you feel it's easier as men to do that versus
take that accountability. I see that accountability now.
I feel like men are more accountable.
On their side,
I agree with you.
Bro, I can't get them to say they wrong about nothing.
They're gonna jump through a whole bunch of different loops.
I was watching a podcast the other day, and the guy said, in your last relationship, name me something that he done wrong and name me something that you done wrong. And none of them, it was 5 women on the panel, and they all said that they done nothing wrong the whole duration of the relationship. What I'm gonna debate? How I'm gonna have a healthy conversation with somebody like that who believes that they do nothing wrong? That nothing.
Know, as a man, you are designed to learn how to play chess. Mm-hmm. You can't bite everything, bark at everything. You got to be able to let them just. You got it.
Oh,
you got it. If
you got to choose your battles.
Yeah, you got to choose your battles. So it's still a way to go. To if you want to say win.
Fact though, that
it's a fact that's gonna be there forever.
Can't accept accountability, man.
It's not going. It's gonna always be that way.
So, like I would tell people, I'm single because I haven't forgiven myself. I haven't forgiven myself for not interviewing the women right.
I got finished telling you one.
Go ahead and finish yours.
Okay, so, I feel like it requires a lot. It requires a certain level of commitment, and if you don't have the time to give that, then you shouldn't mislead somebody into believing that you can. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going in and I know that right now I'm after this, you know what I'm saying? I'm after this, and for the sake of just having somebody, I'm not gonna have you and then not be able to.
I can't be fully who you want me to be and
Exactly.
provide in all those areas that you need me to provide
Exactly.
when I'm trying to provide for me.
And it's definitely tougher for men because we got that provider factor up in there.
yeah, that's what makes it.
And I
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I like to say it a lot. We don't properly date.
And
we don't
that's
properly interview.
we don't properly
Yeah.
interview, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like
we don't do it.
when
Yeah.
when you don't trust, a lot of times when I ask men, they say I don't trust her, and then you start diving deep, and there were these red flags, brother. You don't trust your decision making,
Yeah.
because every time it's like, damn, I fucked up again.
Again, yeah.
That go
Damn.
both ways though.
But again, I
That's why I
can't
tell
talk to the
your
woman.
draft process is terrible.
One thing I always tell him, we can't control them. Like they,
We can't
gotta
control
be,
them. We gotta be right because we are the ones that's proposing.
Absolutely, we
So
can't know one.
we need to be more than them.
Yeah.
they drafting, but we gotta be the ones to sign.
Discipline. Yeah, we gotta
So-
be disciplined.
So that can come to kind of the end, because I know we got about 5 minutes. The support system, and when I mean support system, I mean talking about how we can not only hold each other accountable as men, as barbers, as entertainers, as in the community, but like we need that. We need, if, for example, if I'm not going to say any of these, okay, he's single, so I can actually use him. So if he was cheating on his girl, as his peer, the support system is, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's the support system. Now I'm just, what are you doing, bro? Let's go to him, barber. His haircut's getting washed down because he getting too big a head. He loves y'all. He respects y'all. His support system. Hey, bro, T, what you doing, fam? This ain't you.
Yeah.
This ain't you. What you wasting clippers? What happened to it? Like, so let's talk about that, and then we're gonna go back over to his brother. So, because we got to end the show, but support system and all that good stuff.
I feel like we do that. I feel like we do. Now, maybe in other circles, people don't. I don't know. I know in my circle, I'm real funny about the people I deal with. So within my circle, we got to be doing that.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? That's
Absolutely.
a requirement. Know what I'm saying? It's no different. I mean, we brothers in a sense, but even with my real blood brothers, yeah, we gonna have to hold each other. You know what I'm saying? Right, wrong, or in between.
Absolutely.
So
T.
I think, like you say, you gotta put yourself around like-minded individuals so that you can have that people that you actually respect they were. I think a lot of people put themselves around a lot of yes men and don't give themselves a chance to grow. You know what I mean? You gotta put yourself around people that's gonna call it a spade. You know
Yep,
what I mean?
absolutely.
And like you say, and not hold your son. Like relationship, if you see positive men, you got to put yourself around strong, positive relationships. Because dude don't want to have to lie to his wife, so he gonna tell you, "Hey, dog, I can't keep lying for you. You're not playing spades at my house tonight."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you tell her that, then I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let her know. I'm gonna you wasn't know that. You know what I mean? It's just that
Absolutely.
simple. You know what I mean? And then, like you say, get to the root of the problem. We don't actually get to the root of the problem because we're hurt. We're hurt individuals, you know what I mean? And we, like you say, in that interviewing process, we're not doing the best of jobs, you know what I'm saying? So we just gotta
You just signing up for stuff when you're not ready.
Yeah.
But you know that I'm a go ahead and throw this in there real quick when we get out of here. But you know that they say barbers are at the top of the list when it comes to being hoes. So you guys out here cheating and doing all that, you know, you ranked as amongst the motherfucking police officers,
I got-
firefighters,
I got
and barbers.
discipline. I don't always have a certain level of discipline, especially when it
Discipline is easy when you're single.
Yeah, even when I wasn't single, my whole thing is like, if I gotta cheat, then I don't need to be here.
You got a point.
I'm out of here.
But I think a lot
That's
of
how I
men
would
use
do.
cheating as band-aids for a problem that they may be having in their relationship.
Absolutely.
So it's easier to say you're not supposed to be in a relationship or it's bad. However, when you have time in the relationship, it's not easy as you would say to pull away from something that you already invested time in.
I might have just been fortunate. I don't know.
You was
But,
fortunate. That's
Yeah.
what it was, ain't
I
Mike?
just-
That's what it was.
I be
Well,
Oh,
this
no.
is the end. This is the end. I have a clock. I always have a internal clock, and so I know we got about 2 minutes. So what we gonna do? We gonna start with that good sir over there. Tell us who you are, how they can find you. We're gonna work our way, and you're gonna end the show, good sir.
All right, I'm Jairo Ramirez. You can find me on Instagram, Ramirez_fade 614. Or, you know, if you're trying to book an appointment with me, look me up on Booksy too.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's your boy, Mr. Pure Elegance.
Happy
on
birthday.
Instagram, Mr. Pure Elegance, Facebook, Terrence Seals. Stay blessed, man. Leave room for yourself to grow. And keep tuning in, man. Y'all got a good thing here, man. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Absolutely, good sir.
catch a case with K's. Case cuts
Case cut.
with K's.
Don't catch no case with him. No, that's a co-defendant. But go ahead.
Case cuts.
Whatever, man. You can catch me a little bit everywhere, man.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, hey. Listen, we gonna get his brother his flowers. Listen, he's moving to Houston to follow the franchise quarterback, Mr. C.J. Stroud. That brother put on a show this year. Like I know you get in the car, you know what I'm saying? You may cry. I don't know what you're gonna do as you hit. Hey, but there's nothing wrong with it because the tears of joy. Kobe cried when he won the championship. You see what I'm saying? Like they cry when they get drafted, when good things happen. You know, so definitely, man, congratulations, and receive your flowers and let these brothers water the flowers. You know what I'm saying? Receive it. My name is Teddy the Comedian. I'm your favorite comedian's favorite comedian. And I just want to thank Mr. Pringles the Barber. I also want to say that each and every Monday, you can join me and Mr. Pringles at Men's Mental Health Mondays at Hey Teddy the Comedian. We have 3 goals. We want to refresh, refocus, and refuel everybody. So definitely come, fellas. It's Ladies Month. It's Social Worker Month. We sit there and we are just enjoying it. We actually have a social worker coming on tomorrow, Abigail Lynn. She's from Toledo. She works for the county, and she's going to be talking about what the kids do. She's going to be talking about the kids and the numbers. We have a little bit of news. Me and Mr. Pringles are working with Columbus City Schools. We can't finalize anything yet, but we got a conversation. It was a really great conversation. We're in the budget, and we're going to definitely be able to announce some things soon. So stay tuned for that. But as always, I'm going to let that good brother end the show.
Yeah, I ain't got that much to say as far as Teddy. Teddy do this thing, man. That's what Teddy do. But, you know, I'm going to keep it simple. I want to thank everybody for coming out. It was great, greatly appreciated. Everybody's appreciated. And do know that life is a long story that's told short. So whatever you do, make sure you do it. It ain't no need to stutter step with anything. Just follow through with everything you got to do. And some days are better than others. However, all days are better than none.
Yeah.
I'm about to sign off. We're going to be doing this once a month. This is just a camaraderie of barbers. We're going to be coming together. It's going to switch, you know, we're going to switch some people out here and there. However, while I'm being interrupted doing this, I ain't got interrupted the whole time, man.
Well, that was the end of the show, so you're good.
But yeah, man, y'all know these are some of the greatest barbers in the city.
Absolutely.
We're going to keep it going. Shout out to my co-host / moderator, Teddy the Comedian.
Absolutely.
Case, Mr. Pure Elegance, Ramirez.
And where we at? Where we at? Make sure you tell them where we at.
Creative Genius. Yeah, Creative Genius Company. I definitely want to thank him, man. He took a load off of my back with all this podcasting. Y'all think podcasting is easy? Podcasting could spread you real thin.
Load off my back.
Yeah, load off my back.
That's crazy.
Pause.
I do that all the time with that dude, bro.
Yeah, man, we out of here, man. You know what it is. Mr. Pringles the Barber, a.k.a. Always Cutting Head Honcho. I am him, not them. I am him, not them. Oh, wait. Ramadan starts tomorrow. Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's a good one, fellas.